Hey, you guys. I'm not really sure why I feel the need to hit that button twice, but I do it every time. So now it's a thing. I got to hear the song twice. I don't know. Oh, I'm so excited. Hi, LFT. I can't hear her. Can anyone hear her?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there she is. Okay. Hi. Hi, you guys, speak into the microphone.
My sorry. I'm trying. Sorry. All I heard right then from you was
Can you hear? Okay. Is it me or her? Somebody tell me.
Oh, I love Maggie. Sorry. I think it was me. I think it was me. It was me. Sorry.
All right. I'm just gonna say hi to everyone. Hi, Jane Doe, K-Braze. Thanks for being here. Crazy Mama, MK in the house. Amanda Carroll, hi. Thanks for coming in. And where's my favorite human? I see her. Punksy, I owe you messages. Please give me, please. Public apology to Punksy. Nay, I love you. Thank you for being here. I know you're running crazy today. This has been insane. What we just discovered is like that. Okay. Let me just say not me. Hi, Shaven Nay. Welcome in, Sister Fran.
Remember, remember the other night when we were telling you like where sometimes I send like silly messages or say silly stuff to Tia every once in a while. Sometimes it's more.
This is
either silly or epiphany.
This is good. Hi, Allie. This is kind of a spur of the moment. I know that everyone's watching the trial. And then if you're not watching the trial, you're probably watching the behavioral panel, which I get. Okay, mute. Hi, Jen-Lu.
But you shouldn't be watching it until Jen-Lu and Truth Teller.
What?
I said, everyone wait to watch the behavioral panel tonight. Everyone wait to watch the behavioral panel tonight with Jen-Lu and Truth Teller at 9:00 because they're going over it. And it's fun to watch it fresh.
It is. It is. Hang on one second. Okay. So you're in a big blanket. So is my puppy. So is my puppy. So we're going to show you something and get your opinion. And like I said, I don't expect a lot of people to be here, but let's see what you have to say. What say you when we show you what we have to show you and just throw this theory out there. We just went through it. And let me say hi. Hi! I'm a mess today.
I'm sure I'm not doing it. I'm not going on camera. Y'all are welcome.
I'll just say hi really quick. Let's see. Hi. I've been screaming at the TV. Okay, good. Okay.
Shay, Marshall, Deb.
It's interesting on some of the stuff that they've talked about today, but I just want to, okay, couple really quick things just so you guys know. Number one, I need everyone to go to Alex Erickson's channel, and congratulate her on 12,000 subs. Congratulations, Allie. It is amazing. We're so happy for you. And you teach us daily how to run our channel, and your success is amazing. We couldn't be happier for you. I wanted to state that really quick because that's important to us, the success of our friends. So yay to Allie, congratulate her. What are you doing over there, girl?
Just sorry. I'm on the little TV I'm hooked up to the router. I'm in my corner and I ran out of room and knocked something over. I apologize. Sorry, I know that was loud.
Allie's channel is really seriously one of the best, and she deserves all the success that she gained. So you got blocked. Please make sure you congratulate her. That is quite the milestone. So let's have a chat. I'm going to pull a screen up because I don't even want to waste time. Like, I'm so damn excited. Okay. No, I got to take crazy mom comment down. Nobody puts LFT in the corner.
Sorry.
All right. So what if I have LFT take over and tell you, because we worked through this together, but this was really her idea and her baby. And she called me this morning, like super excited. And I was like, I don't know. And then we ran through it and I was like, you're damn straight. That's what happened. So I'm going to have her run through it if she's still alive over there. Are you okay?
I'm just noisy.
Sure? Huh?
I said, I think I'm just noisy, but yes, I'm fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, we knew it. We need to call Wolfie. Hold, please.
Okay. So this is what I call.
Okay. Hey, lurkers. What's going on, lurkers? I know y'all want to hear what we have to say.
What?
Can you not hear me? You're like, I don't know what your deal is. Oh my God. What's going on over there? You're like making noises. No, I'm being is your earphones? What's going on? Help me.
I'm literally just sitting in the chair.
I'm so excited.
I'm literally just sitting in the chair with a binder in my lap and the computer on the little dinner tray standing table in front of me.
Right, I'm going to put my earphones in to see if it helps. Go ahead.
I'll just start.
I'll mute.
Okay.
So I don't want to interrupt. I want you to be front and center on this one.
Okay. So I woke up this morning and I was thinking about it. I don't know what I fell asleep to last night, but someone talking about, Alex's movements and the golf cart. Ever since they have said that, it's just kind of stuck in my head. And I started thinking about this and Maggie's phone. And everyone's been like, why toss Maggie's phone and not Paul's? What was that? Is that to stage it, to make it look like, two people, or like just to manipulate a crime scene, create more chaos and havoc? But what about if it's not that? What about if it was an accident? And hear me out. I don't think Maggie's phone was on. I think Maggie left her phone on that golf cart when they got down.
Hold on. When you say accident, you're not talking about them having an accident. You're talking about her phone being left on accident, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Puxie, thank you so much.
Why would a random shooter get rid of a phone? So here's my thought. What about if Alec didn't realize that he commits, he does these two shootings, jumps back on the golf cart and heads back and realizes as he's going back, holy crap, Maggie's phone is sitting right here in the cup holder. Because this would account for her lack of steps and the inactivity on her phone. Because don't get me wrong, she does have, after that 8:49 mark, she gets the orientation changes, a couple things, but no, like we all know that you could kind of, pick up your phone to look at something. Sometimes if I lift mine hard enough, like, it lights up like to the lock screen and I can actually see it. That's what a lot of these things are. It's like, just the orientation change and all this. But my thing is, what if Alex didn't know her phone was on the golf cart when he was racing away? And so he's got it on him. He doesn't have time to turn around and go back and put it back on her or something like that. That phone goes all the way up with them back up to the house, which is where we then see her 49 or her 59 steps starting at 8:53:15 to 8:55 p.m. because he gets back up to the house. Remember, he's in a hurry. He takes either her phone, puts it goes ahead and puts it maybe on the hood of the car, right inside, and leaves it with him while he changes or does whatever he does. And then both of those phones are in the car with him when he leaves. And his only option is to toss it because he didn't realize it was there. I don't think he knew that the phone was there. I don't think the phone was on Maggie. Like, it wasn't on her at that time. Paul's phone was in his pocket and stuff, but Maggie's wasn't. I think she stepped off that golf cart, and in my opinion, because that's based on that area between that little sand roadway between, or that little entrance or pathway between the kennels are on our right and the hangars on our left. They just drove the golf cart, just right up there, pulled up, probably my guess is close to the feed room, they all get off the cart, do their stuff. So she's still close to her phone. You know what I mean? Like, if she heard it, she could run and grab it or take a few steps over and pick it up off the golf cart. And also, don't forget, remember the weather that night, it was kind of sprinkling off and on and then raining later. So that's why that could be potentially why she just set it in the golf cart so it didn't get wet while they were out there messing around at the kennels. Alec doesn't realize that she doesn't have it on her body, like in her pocket or something. He's not aware that her phone, I'm guessing in his head, the phone is like in her pocket. She's got her phone. Paul has his phone. But when he drives away, he looks down and he's like, shoot a monkey.
That's not what he said. He said, oh, shit.
Shit. He said, oh, shit. Her phone's right here. Now, remember, he's racing back on a golf cart.
Racing at top speed, 12 to 14 miles an hour, by the way.
So, it's going to take him, I'm assuming like maybe 2 to 3 minutes to drive on with the golf cart from the kennels back up to the house. And remember,
okay, well, hold on. I'm going to stop you for 1 second because we're getting too far ahead of ourselves. We got to stop. We got to rewind, and we got to go through the timeline and show them just like we ran through it, because we're getting too far ahead without explaining. We're skipping some steps, and I want to make sure that we're like showing the thorough. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have the
let's go. All right,
let me make it full screen.
3 people. Yeah, right. 3 people are on a golf cart. They leave the main house. They go down to the kennels. They're going to check on the dogs and do whatever. They just all decide to go. I don't think anything out of the ordinary with that. They go down to the kennels. They're dealing with the dogs. Paul is in the middle of a conversation with Rogan about cash, so he's on his phone. He's taking pictures, or doing the video of the tail, so there's a reason.
What time are you? Where is your time? What time?
Well, I'm getting ready to the part. So he's where he reads the 2 messages. I was about to lead into that. Get to that 8:48. Yep. Is that one okay, or do I want to go earlier?
You want to go to 8:44.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
Last call activity.
Yeah, but on. Let me read exactly what I wrote. Sorry, y'all. We're doing this like Tia and I are just talking through it, and like this is a Zoom kind of call. All right. So 1 second. At 8:48:59 p.m., Paul reads 2 messages from Megan. Those come in. 3 seconds after that, at 8:49:01, Paul's phone locks for the last time. There are approximately 36 seconds between Paul reading those last 2 messages from Megan.
I'm trying to figure out where are you?
So you're right there. You're on it, 8:49. See, phone locked at last time.
I just got there. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
So there's 36 seconds between Paul reading those last 2 messages and locking his phone to the incoming message that goes unread from Rogan. And Rogan's expecting a response because, remember, they're mid-conversation and Paul's doing something to send to Rogan about the dog.
Okay, so let's just look at that time. Hold on. Mm-hmm. So the last time the phone's locked is 8:49:01, and then the incoming message is 8:49:35.
Mm-hmm.
So 36 seconds after hearing the last 2. Okay, got you. Meanwhile, Maggie's phone, because I want to go back to that, because I think this is important. Nothing's happening after he puts his phone down at 8:49. Nothing's going on Paul's phone again, right? But Maggie's phone all of a sudden gets picked up, and now the phone's unlocked. There's 2 group messages read. The phone remains locked until the next day. But I don't know that that's Maggie checking her phone.
Because
I don't
Paul's
think
phone locks at 8:49:01. Paul's 8:49:01 for the last time his phone is locked.
Right.
Maggie's phone then approximately 25.
8:49:20.
What?
19 seconds later, her phone's picked up.
Yeah, I've got it at 8:49:26. But yes, we're right. Yes. So within, I think he's on the golf cart. Like it.
See, we're at 8:49:20 is being picked up. So in 19 seconds, the last time the phone's locked, and then her phone's being picked up, unlocked, 2 messages read, incoming message. So sometime, I think, between 8:49 between 8:49:01 and 8:53 is when they were unalived. What are your thoughts? Amanda Carroll. He said, "Oh, sure. Mag's phone is in the car.
It's on the car. Yeah, the car. That's exactly, yes. So that's why I said to Tia, just for a minute, just to like make it simple for a second, just think, what if Maggie's phone wasn't actually like on her like physically? What about if it was with her but sitting on that golf cart? And then he leaves and he sees it, and that explains like the orientation things. I've been trying to test it even with my own phone, just moving it around, and I know sometimes, like, if my phone is locked and I get a text message, like the screen lights up, and if I don't open the message or something, a few minutes later it'll do like that vibrate thing again and kind of light up. I think all these little orientation things are so simple that it's very basic little movements. I don't think it's something super that needs to be like, oh my God, why did this all of a sudden just change from vertical to horizontal? I think it's just like literally having the phone with you and it's just moving around. I don't think there's anything like too super significant about all the little relationships.
Did I
between 8:50, whatever time do you know what I mean? Like all these little orientation things. I simply think that's because it's just traveling with him, and it's like the picking up, kind of putting down.
Also yeah. Also, what I was gonna say is I have no idea now because it just went out of my damn head. Oh, hot coffee, welcome in. What was I gonna say? I don't even know. But I thought this was brilliant on her part, because when you go through it step by step on our timeline, which is pretty detailed, I have to admit. Like, I'm gonna call them like I see them. It makes perfect sense that things are being unread between 8:49:20 for Paul. That's the last time his phone's locked. He has sent Rogan Gibson the message. So it's the last time his phone's locked. He had time, apparently, according to Alec, to put his phone in his pocket before.
You know what else I just realized?
I'm reading through this, trying to make sense in my head. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Sorry, I'm gonna talk out loud for a second too. I just realized this as well. Notice that her phone experiences it's either 2 or 3 orientation changes before it even begins to log that next set of steps at 8:53. That's because someone's picking it up with them. Like he's still on the golf cart, potentially on the golf cart, or just getting off of it. You know what I mean? So that's why her phone has all these changes, like orientation changes and stuff, but no steps. It's because it's sitting there, or he has it in his hand. He's driving, doing something. So that's why there's quote unquote activity or lighting up display kind of changes, but no steps. The steps don't log until he's parked back up at the house. And
he throws the phone in the damn car. Boom, chakalaka. And the phone sits still for a little bit until he starts the car. And then look what happens.
and then that's where, because people are like, wait, sometimes some of their phone activity kind of matches. And I was like, well, it's later and it's briefly. But that would make sense to me. There's orientation changes, but no steps. It's because it's with him on the golf cart. He's looking at it, putting it down, and even maybe just if you're driving fast and you're not on pavement, so just like the jiggling around. Just basic common, like almost don't overthink it kind of deal. Just
that's exactly okay. That's what I was going to say before. Thank you for saying that. That's exactly when I forgot what I was going to say. That's exactly what when you just said. If you don't overthink it, if you simplify things and go from point A to point B, it makes a lot of sense. If you don't add a lot of bullshit, like Alec reminds me of Chris Watts in the sense that not a real complicated thinker. He doesn't overthink things. In fact, I don't think he thinks much at all. I think he's just kind of acting on whatever. Hi, Sharon. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate you being here.
And I think her lack of steps, because we know that she's down there at the kennels because we hear her voice as well. And I think that explains her I think that explains her lack of steps. We know she's at the kennel, but we know that she's there and she's talking about the chickens and stuff, but her phone's not logging steps because she left her phone just sitting on the golf cart. It's down there with her, but it's just on the golf cart.
Right. What do you guys think? What do you think? Does that make sense?
I think you checked both.
To me, it makes total sense when you run through the timeline and you go step by step. And what we'll do is we will post this portion of our timeline on a community post so you can see it and go through with the thought process that that her phone was on the golf cart on the way back. And then he tosses it in the car. There's your 59 steps. He gets off, runs around, tosses it in the car, runs, whatever. And then tosses it out the damn window once he starts driving, because there's your driving times too.
Mm-hmm. And then you'll notice that that's when it's like, and I do not think, or maybe, dumbass did take his phone with him. I don't think Alec took his phone with him down to the kennels, because it's hilarious to me, because he keeps talking about when he says he took a nap, after dinner, he sat down. In one interview, he says he was watching TV, that he messed with his phone, was checking his phone. But bullshit, because you went for like over an hour with no activity on your phone. Either he left his on the
I bet you that phone stayed at the house after he showered, like when he went up to shower, quote unquote, have the dinner, all the things. I think he left his phone there, and I think he did it on purpose. Hot coffee, I know. It gives me a headache too. But you know what? If you simplify it, if you don't overthink it and you simplify it, it's not that complicated. Remember who we're talking about. Like, this guy is not an overthinker. I'm sorry. He's not. I don't think, and I said this before, I think this was thought of, but I don't think it was planned out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not saying this is what happened for sure. We're presenting this to you guys as, well, this makes sense. What do you think? You tell us.
Mm-hmm.
That's the cool thing about Decipher, is we're presenting it to you, and you're an overthinker. So we all are. And the devil's in the details, as Jen Lu says. The devil is in the details. However, when you look at the timeline and you start thinking of, I don't know, I think what Amanda Carroll said is Jane Doe said, it's very plausible.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean it's what happened. It means it's plausible.
Because then I started thinking about around the 9. Do you mind scrolling down? Oh yeah, to a little past, like have 9:06 to a little bit later. Can you scroll down just a little bit?
Yep.
Here's another thing that's
I like to, but
if you don't mind, just a bit.
I'm trying. It's just nothing's cooperating. How we doing here?
No, you're fine. But I thought,
wow. There we go. Where am I going?
Just like kind of right. That's fine. Right there. Okay. Yeah, you go back. Yeah, that's perfect. It doesn't. I just wanted to point out around that 9:06 time. Notice that her phone, she's got some lighting up. If you go up just a little, actually go.
Okay, I'm trying. My computer is not cooperating with the going up down sharing thing today. It's decided to be an only child and not share.
Right there.
Okay, sorry. Perfect. I hope that works. Okay.
So what I meant was, we know that at 9:06, like the Suburban is starting to warm up, like he's getting ready to leave the property, leave Moselle to head to Alameda. Notice that this is a joint time when his phone and her phone are kind of doing a few things at the same time, because hers is lighting up and having some orientation changes, and he's calling her, but it's sitting right next to him.
K-Brace, he came out and took a right on Moselle.
Yeah.
He did not take a left. He took a right.
Right. And I think we've got the exact time to that he actually turns onto Moselle Road.
We do.
So we know
where that is in the other. You just told me. All I need to know is what time of death and the 911 call. Well, we'll tell you that in 1 second. Let me.
That sled.
Is that the sled timeline?
Yeah, do that one. I think I have. All right. Leaving office. Do I have the one of when he's leaving for Alameda? I think I do.
I'm trying.
Right there.
Device connection to iPhone shows 3 different connections to same iPhone. Pulling out, taking a right out of the main entrance, approximately 15 miles an hour at 9:08:06 p.m.
Mm-hmm. And then notice Maggie's phone. Her backlight goes off at 9:07. Let's see here. Alex messages Maggie at 9:08:58. Going to check on M. Be right back.
Which he's fucking holding her phone.
Mm-hmm.
He's holding her phone.
Mm-hmm.
This guy.
I just think the whole point of it was there wasn't anything about the phones until after it happened, and he got on that golf cart and headed back up and realized that he had Maggie's phone still with him and didn't even know it had been left on the golf cart.
Well, we know that Maggie used her phone down there during the time. So, or there was action on her phone. So, MK holding down the fort, thank God.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking back at one other thing. Sorry, y'all. I've got so many handwritten notes in this binder. Like, I've printed out the entire SLED report, and I've got everything. I just have to write it all down. I just need to take a screenshot of all this stuff and post it. Maggie's murder. Okay, so she gets, it lights up. There were a few things. I'm telling you, this makes sense to me. I think her phone.
We're showing you right here. Hold on. Let me go back to digital activity. Okay, go ahead. Keep speaking.
I don't know. It just makes sense. Like, it just clicked. And I may be totally wrong, but I'm starting to think that he just didn't realize that her phone was sitting on that. He didn't realize it until it was too late because he was already headed back. And then he can't go back and put it back on her or something, because think about the tight timeline. And he can't get in it. He can't get all the way back up to the house, drive the golf cart all the way back up the house, jump in a Suburban and be able to drive even faster. It was time to take. Oh.
Hey, you're robotic. No one can hear you. Hey.
Hold on. I'm going to switch over to my phone. I'm going to switch to my phone because it's not my computer. I have no idea what's going on. I'm really sorry.
Okay. I don't know. Thank you, KW10. I don't know if we're correct. I don't know, but we're presenting you with this evidence and food for thought. How about that? And hot coffee. I'll tell you what, I wish I could send it to him, and I'm really super proud of the spreadsheet. And thank you, because that's a huge compliment, by the way. Yeah, she's glitching. Hopefully she can log back on in time. This will be no big deal. Like I said, we are not presenting this as this is what happened. We're presenting it as facts of how we see it. K-Rays, tell me what you're thinking. That's why I was wondering if we knew she had her phone, because I heard you don't get reception down there. Maybe she left her phone at the house. Okay, well, let's go through that. Let's pretend that that's actually what happened and see if that, let's run through it. Hang on one second. Oh, nay. Shabanae, I want to talk through it with you. I really, truly do. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Okay, so MK. LFT says today, how can we get this to him? And I made a really terrible comment that I cannot tell you what I said. It was awful. But she was like, do not say that publicly. You will wind up arrested. I was like, I have a theory on how we can get it to him. Then I was like, maybe we just email his office. Let's see. Let me go back to K-Braid. Sister's wanting. Did she LFT? Oh, she's not back yet. Okay. Did she have her phone? Because you don't get reception down there, which is true. But Paul was still using his phone and getting reception. And could she have left her phone at the house? Let's see. Shall we? Let's run through that theory. Maybe okay. We're going to pretend that Maggie left her phone at the house. We're going to go back up to Maggie's phone, which is the red column. Okay. Let's see. Incoming text, she doesn't read until later. When does she? This is at 8:31:47. When does display? Well, hold on, K-Braze. Let's run through this theory with LFT when she comes back, because that's very interesting. Group message. 40 steps at 8:30. Hang on. At 8:17, her phone's unplugged. She takes 38 steps, probably to wherever. Poshmark's running in the background, 40 steps. So my theory would be she got in the golf cart, and why isn't this working? Okay. Oh, come on. Damn it. Okay. Poshmark's running in the background. 8:17. I'm running through this in my head with you guys, so sorry. 38 steps. Then nothing. And then 40 steps between 8:30 and 8:33. Doesn't read until later. Oh my God, I keep hitting the wrong thing on this computer, and it's driving me to drink tonight. Display, okay. Hang on, let me let her back up. Okay, we're running through a theory that K-Braze says that perhaps she left her phone at the house. Let's run through that. Okay.
Okay.
Because that's a good theory. That's a really interesting theory. So I went back up, and her phone's unplugged at 8:17. And there's 38 steps. Poshmark's running in the background. No big deal. And then while they're down there, Paul's messaging. So he's got reception. Poshmark. And then 40 steps are taken between 8:30 and 8:33.
Mm-hmm. That's what makes me think the phone was with her, like, because I believe they're down. In the way the timeline kind of works in my head, I envision them being down at the kennels around. I mean, I would think at 8:33 they're down there, or on their way down there, or on their way.
We have assumed this, but I don't want to. What if they got down there around 8:32?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's moving around a lot down by the dog kennel.
Mm-hmm.
We're going with the theory that Maggie's phone was left at the house. So at 8:48, Cole is read messages, 2% battery. And then at 8:49 and 20 seconds, her phone's been picked up. Her phone's down there with her.
I think her phone's down there with her.
I
think her phone's down there with her. I think she left it sitting on the golf cart. I don't think it was on her body at the time when this happened. When the shots were fired. When pew. I don't know what we're allowed to say. I'm having a brain fart, but I don't think it was actually literally on her body, in her pocket or something.
I think it was setting on the golf cart, like you said. K-Braze, does that make sense to you? I wanted to make sure that we, respected that theory, because I can't account for the 40 steps taken while they're down there.
Mm-hmm.
And
remember, Alex's phone is showing no activity during this time, which is why, which leads me to believe, or would be an indication that his phone isn't on him, because he's walking around a lot down there. We can, hear him. And We know they're both there because their voices are on Paul's video, but neither one of their phones are logging steps at the time of that video.
See, Shabanae just said the same thing that you did. When we go to the family property, we leave our phones in the ATV or golf cart.
Yeah.
I think it's very plausible.
Mm-hmm. Like
and I love that. Thanks, K-Braze. And I'm not, like I said, I need to be respectful because you had me thinking for a second. And I love that you were like, wait a minute, pump your brakes to your dash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, poke holes in this too, because I mean, this was just, I just started thinking about it and I was like, for some odd reason, I was like, maybe this is why the golf cart is sticking in my head. And it just took me a while to realize. It was like, LFT, there's something about the golf cart. You're almost there, golf cart. And I was like, what, and then I was like, it's her phone. Her phone is either like sitting in the cup holder of the golf cart or something. And then I thought about the weather that night. Remember, it was kind of like, it was, there was some little sprinkles and some rain, and that would be another reason. Don't get the phone wet.
Okay. K-Bray said, I wonder if he did check those messages and he had her phone with him, still thinking it was his, and went back home and realized his was at the house. I've taken my sister's phone after borrowing it. I don't know the answer to that, but I think it's certainly a possibility. Absolutely. I personally, I mean, I can go 60-40 on that one. I can go 60-40 on that one. I can go where I can see where you're coming from. But this is a guy who, like me, like his phone is his appendage. Like it's a sixth finger. I always have what is going on that we're voting for which mod? What are we, a mod competition? Are we doing a mod comp? Oh, damn.
Apparently our mods have gone rogue in a different way. I don't even know what they're talking about, but I'll vote. I'm going to play. What is it? What are we voting for?
I don't know, but our mods are really good. So I out of the 3 that I see right here, I ain't touching it. Look, Nathan says, mind your business. Mind your business. They're working. They're doing they're having their own team meeting.
That's their own team. Yeah, I was about to say. I don't think we're a part of this. I think we're supposed to be. They're like, why are you even looking at chat? We got chat. Y'all focus on you. I can hear them right now.
True story. Oh, you wait.
And we'll definitely.
Oh my God, you girls hush. Let us handle our shit. I love you guys actually go through. Okay, hold on a second, K-Braze. You go through the ideas, and that's why I like you guys a lot of other channels. I'm one. Oh, thanks.
No,
we appreciate others' input, which is why, like, this is a team effort. This isn't just, I've said that a million times, and you know this. Like, this is not just us saying, well, this is our, so many people are working on this. And we cannot present something to you without your input. And sometimes we'll present something and you're going to go, that doesn't make a hill of beans of sense. And I love that you're so involved with us. Like, this is what makes it fun for us, is to have you guys involved with us with the research and the questioning and, theorizing the factual information. Like, okay, could it have been left at home? Let's look at it. Let's go down. Yeah. So thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. K-Braze is awesome.
I mean, someone could write in chat, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And I'd be like, okay, that's totally fine. But can you just tell me why? Like, let's talk about it. Like, you can say it, but I mean, I'd rather you not say that. But if you do, I hope just explain it a little bit. But I'm open to anything.
Well, if you say it, you need to deal with our mods who are very busy right now fighting with each other. They're having their own Olympic. They're having the mod Olympics in here. I'm not sure if we're throwing darts over beer or we're having like a gold medal. I don't know. How come every time I come into chat, you're all having fun? Well, because that's the kind of girls we are. That's how we roll. Welcome in, friend.
that's what I was trying to say. Like this morning, I was like, so again, how Tia woke up the other morning to messages from me, still telling her a story in text messages that she falls asleep and she's like, I'm not even looking at it anymore. She has lost her mind. And then she answers the phone like the next morning. It's like, hey, I think I tell me what you think about this. And I think Tia's like, it's either, what did I tell you? It's either just like annoying. It's either like I'm just being just silly, or it's like an epiphany. There's no in between.
This is so good. Like, I'm telling you, when she presented this, I was like, I kind of went quiet. It was like, I don't know. Hold on. And then I pulled up the spreadsheet. I was like, let's run through it. And as soon as we did, it was like, I'll be damned. I'll be damned.
And that's why her phone was thrown, because he had to get rid of it. He couldn't go back down there. He could not be back at the kennels until he called 911 at that point either. He could not be back down there because he would show him. And he certainly couldn't take his phone with him back down there. So that would another way to place him there. Couldn't drive the golf cart back down. That wouldn't be fast enough to go take the phone back. He has no time. He's just got to get rid of it. So he chucks it.
And they're talking about that in the trial today of like, if he lobs it and if he throws it like a Frisbee and you need a point A. Okay, hold on a second. Hot Coffee is saying a point A to point B, time of death, and the 911 call. So fuzzy on this. Okay, let's talk about that for a second, okay? LFT, do you want me to make this bigger?
Well, I was going to say the 911 call we have mapped out in handwriting. I mean, I've got that picture.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah. Could you actually, can I send you one and will you bring it up? I don't know.
Yes. It makes me wonder. Yes. But I did want to go I want to hear what Hot Coffee, what we can do. It makes me wonder if Alex Murdaugh, thank you for writing that, Amanda Carroll, Murdaugh, would actually want either one to have a phone on them in case they could call 911. Lighting is going on. That's where, okay, so in my opinion, and this is opinion, not fact, please don't come for me. I don't think he wanted them to have their phone, but I don't think this is where I go, I don't think it was thought out very well. Like, you guys, does that make sense? You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he thought through the process very well. Did you send me that so I can?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. I'm literally doing it as we speak. Do I text it or what's the easiest way?
Okay. Messenger?
Okay.
Marshall Dove said, saw the mob crew on this. The theory is he drove the golf cart to throw it across the road or similar. Okay. All right. Let's try it. Shall we? Let's look at it. Oh, Lord. Amen to this. Amen to this. Triple threat. Let me get that going. Hang on, I'm coming. Let me get this.
See, I don't
know. You
want
want me to put this up? Is that what you said?
I mean, yes, that's the 911. Okay. That should maybe help with the 911 call.
I just wanted to confirm before I did it, like, that you're okay with that. Let me
it's just just ignore the just ignore
the handwriting of a serial killer.
Handwriting on it. Of a serial killer.
Yeah, she has cool handwriting. Don't let her fool you.
Yo, I'm standing like outside by the window trying to stay near the router on my phone.
Hang on a second. I'm trying to download this really quick. And nothing is happening really quick around these parts. Save to downloads.
Because we know, but in the meantime, we know that the 911 call was he made the 901 call at 10:06:14 p.m.
Right.
And he hangs up. That 911 call is over at 10:17.
I really am trying to hurry. I'm not.
the concrete platform of the kennels. They got out. They're all right there around the feed room, the single dog shed. They're just everyone's right there together. They're all like over in that right kind of just that little area. That even explains to me her only being approximately 35 feet away from Paul, like approximately 35 feet away from him when where they fell at the end. They were just all right there together. This was doable. Like this just there. She couldn't even call 911 because maybe she was running to the golf cart to get her phone. Who knows? But I don't.
That's
but,
yeah.
But she couldn't call 911.
Death. No, 906 couldn't possibly be death because that's when he was on the road driving. The death had to happen earlier. It had to happen between the time of the Rogan message being sent at 8:44 and 8:53. But we've narrowed it down even further.
I think after he read those I think after Paul read those messages, he would have responded to Rogan had he been alive because he was in the middle of a conversation. So he reads those two messages from Megan. 36 seconds later, Rogan messages him again, and Paul never opens it. He never sees it. So within that amount of time, I think is when at least he gets shot.
Oh, how do we know? Okay, let me go back to K-Brace really quick. The last thing I have to say about my theory is how would you know if Paul's phone fell out of his pocket? He could have had it in his hand. The only way we know that, and I'm just being real, is Alex's testimony where it popped out like a Pop-Tart. And I do believe he probably finished, put it in his pocket to do whatever the next chore was that he was going to do. That's my theory, K-Braze, but we don't know. We absolutely don't know that it wasn't in his hand. It wasn't found in his hand. Perhaps it was in his hand and placed in his pocket. There's that. I think that's all, all those go down the same line of thinking as far as I go. I think you'd be surprised what you could do in seconds. I completely get where you're coming from, Hot Coffee, as far as being done in seconds. And I do agree with you there, but also you have to have time to shoot, pump, shoot again, grab another gun, and then start missing and shooting and misfiring and running and all those things. That takes a couple seconds. And Alec is not the picture of fitness. I'm not getting that he is a runner by any stretch. It makes better sense. Okay. Well, I'm glad that I hope that helped a little bit. If Maggie got to Moselle at 8:17, when did they have time to eat dinner and all this happened by 8:49? Well, that was our tight timeline too. And actually, to be fair, another creator is working on her timeline and texted us last night and said, wait a minute, I have some questions about the timeline. We were talking through it. And I said that, the timeline is tighter than my jeans in the 80s. And my jeans were damn tight in the 80s. I'm not going to lie. And 90s for that matter.
Well, between 8:17 and 8:18, Maggie's phone takes 38 steps. So again, look at the range, the number of steps that are taken when they're around that. So that would put her. And this is assuming that when she arrived to Moselle, she went straight to the main house. I'm going with that. She was at the main house.
I'm pretty sure she went in, had dinner. I was going to say she had dinner. Had some dinner. Paul came up, had some dinner, and I don't think they had a lot of dinner. I think that they probably, was ready to go. Oh, yay. Cool, Chivney. Yes, it does. And now the big question is, did he have someone else? I don't think so. I think he was alone. Oh, it might be.
I'm with you. I think at that time, I'm going to say between 8:30 and 8:53 for certain. It was just the three. It was the family. It was just Maggie, Paul, and Alec.
Amanda Carroll, yes. And we did account for the shower. We went through, he took like a 2-minute shower. Let's just be real. What does this say? Y'all realize this data has errors in it and isn't set in stone, right?
Yeah. But I'm going off.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all realize we're working through this online with you, right?
Yeah, like, and I'm going, this is the most official data that we have in terms of like quote unquote discovery. And I'm just going off of what's been presented.
Also, I want to see other people's data. If you're calling ours that has errors in it, we'd like to see other people's data too. Oh my gosh, what if the lawyers, I know I had that thought. I did have that thought, Hot Coffee. That did occur to me. Alec, I'll go down with this. And, yeah, Hot Coffee. That is kind of something I did think of, when they're all standing around the house that night. I want to know if they were Tuesday. Country fried chicken and mac and cheese.
What are Maggie and Alex's phone doing at the point of being thrown out? That's when they're kind of, it's weird because all of a sudden they don't have any kind of matching, any kind of really any activity phone, like Maggie's phone and Alex earlier in the night, especially after her phone, that 8:53, that last set of 59 steps. But then all of a sudden at 9:06, her phone orientation stuff kind of lights up and whatnot too, because that's when they're getting in the car. That's when Alex is getting in the Suburban, getting ready to leave to head to Alameda. He's calling her, he's messaging her. So her phone, like orientation things may change. The backlight might come on because it's like, hey, like, on our lock screen. And that's why, because hers doesn't show activity. Like, it's just weird. I swear, it's just like he had the phone, it wasn't like outgoing kind of activity on her phone, just like pick up, put down, mess around with.
Right. And then if you're driving back, and this was a really good point that you made earlier, which I thought I just repeat because I really loved it, was if he's driving back like in a panic, he's one hand driving, he's got the phone, and he is trying to look and see what's happening in the dark while looking at her. The orientation is spinning around.
And it lit up. Oh, yep. MK lit up from his missed call. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And so all those little things that are happening on her phone, it's not like she's doing something. It's just like the phone is being handled in some way, not being necessarily used, because there's like another outgoing call, an outgoing text message, nothing like that. It's just like pick up, put down, it's just has like just some sort of movement, but not like, you know what I mean? Not like.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to bring this to you right when we thought of it, and it's just food for thought. It's just food for thought. Make your own timeline. Take our timeline and go through it and help us figure out if we're wrong, help us figure out where we messed up.
Yes.
Because that would be awesome. Well, I just want to more intensely evaluate Blanca. Okay. Yeah, we're working on that one.
Mm-hmm.
We actually have someone helping us with that, and I will announce all that when we do the Blanca stuff. But we have someone who has really dug her heels into Blanca and has some feelings about that, and she's done some kick-ass work, and I'm super excited that she's decided to be kind enough to share it with us. Your timeline is making me think he has more. Really? Hot Coffee says our timeline is making them think that there has to be someone else. Really? Huh.
See, but like I like that. Like, I mean,
I do too. I'm trying to go through it in my head.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Yo, I was literally just scratching my head, like literally like doing that. The sequential, what's the word? Never mind. I'm not even gonna finish that sentence. That'll be a stupid comment that's gonna negate all the semi-wise stuff I've said so far.
I think that I am willing to take that into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
I still go by this. See, I'm a keep it simple person, so I try to go try. Oh my god, I can't talk. Try to go by the theory of you can only keep a secret. Two can only keep a secret if one is dead, and I don't find any friends of Alec or family, for that matter, that are willing to go down for him. I just don't. I don't see any of his friends or family kind of my age, though, kind of helping him out with this deed. I don't know. Hold on. I wasn't saying you're all. Oh, whoops.
I love it. Hot coffee. I think I broke the case.
Hell yeah. I wasn't saying you're all wrong, but if the state's official data has errors, then how will you know? We won't. Not y'all's fault, but the state is relying on data, like it's the Bible or something, because it's all they have. And you know what? Let me apologize, because I probably sound a little bit spicy there, but I get defensive when we're talking about our timeline and how hard LFT works. So let me apologize for that. Adjusted fate. I was a little spicy. Sometimes that happens. And I want to apologize to you for being spicy. But we can only go with the presented evidence.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most confused I've ever been.
Oh God, I hate that too. That drove me nuts.
His brother. Geez. Okay, let's talk. Okay, okay, Braze. Thanks for bringing that up. So last night when I was in bed, I decided I had missed all of John Marvin's testimony, so I decided I was going to listen to it. It was the biggest mistake in my life. First of all, the first thing I said to LFT today is these people do not know how to tell a short damn story. The first thing he says, well, it's a long story. Well, no shit. What's your last name? Because if your last name's Murdaugh, it's a damn long story. Ain't nobody in that family can tell a quick story. You got to go around you have to go all the way around the block to park in your damn parking space. It's the most ridiculous thing. And I would love to go through his testimony. I am certain that Jen Lu has done it or is going to, so I hate stepping on her toes. And I love when she does her roast, but I had some very serious questions, and it was like out of the gate. I was like, this fool gives an answer 30 minutes long to what'd you have for breakfast? Bacon and eggs? No. Well, I got up and then I procured the bacon and I had to go get the egg and I wiped it off. And did you want the details or just a general? Just general. What the hell?
See, I look. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
General. Yes. He was cleared for that. I asked because let's see. I asked because someone brought up he took the golf cart down to throw out the phone. Yeah, apparently that's a thing, but he was going slow in the area and tried to call her and then sped up. Did he throw? I think he threw the phone out of the truck.
Yeah, I think he was going slow because he was driving down. He was leaving the property, so he wasn't going as fast as he does when he's on the main road. Not that he's going slow. Yeah,
chucked it, and that's it. And
I don't think he was on the golf cart.
I don't think he had time. I don't think he had time to go across the street on the golf cart and go back up to the house and do all the things that he had to do to get in the car to leave for his mom's. I don't see it in the timeline. And that doesn't mean it's not there. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to go look at it because you brought it up. All they have isn't good enough. Let's see. When it means someone sent to prison, I got you. I'm referring to the state, not y'all's work. Sorry for the confusion. Well, I think it was more the confusion on my part, adjusted fate. And I 100% agree.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree. However, and I do say this, there's a lot of circumstantial evidence against this guy. It's not like, he's just not presenting himself 100% innocent. He's also not presenting. They haven't put his finger on the trigger. I do understand and respect that. How did CB Rose DNA potentially get under Maggie? Well, let me answer that by saying his DNA would have been everywhere down at the kennels. So anything she could have touched DNA. That's how I answer that one.
And I think there's a reason there. And then I'm thinking, then again, I'm going off, right, what are they talking about in the trial in terms of stuff that they feel was concrete? And there's very little, like the defense, on the defense's part and the states, they don't really address that. You know, like there's been, or correct me if I'm wrong, have y'all felt there's been a big focus on that in terms of defense's evidence or the states? I feel like there's reasons why they're just not addressing some stuff, or putting much weight on it.
Yeah, agreed. And I don't think that only if you believe the state's theory of the TOD, which I don't believe the state's theory on TOD. To be fair, I think that you can poke holes in it, and if you can poke holes in it, then there's probably, I mean, that's what the defense is doing, right? That phone was so off the main road. You don't see how it was thrown.
But then, see, I kind of do. Like, it
wasn't that far off.
No, I have to envision it.
You're robotic again.
Kind of like a son of a biscuit. Hold on.
I don't think it was that far off the main road. And I will find out exactly for you how far it was, because I know it's out there.
But I know. Can you hear me now, or am I still robotic?
No, you're good.
Now I can't move. I'm standing next to the couch that divides the two. Like, I'm not moving. I think. Shoot. Oh, someone. The guy, the GM or the phone people. And what's his name? And I want to say even Eric Bland or Mark, one of them has said too, they went out and tried it themselves. Like, who was it that did the mini water bottle and did it to put enough water in it to match the weight of his phone? And then he just chucked it. And he was like, it was easy to do, because you also have a little bit of momentum of like that.
I was going to say, as fast as he was going, what was that, 42 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Super easy. Son of a biscuit is my phrase. That phone would act like a frisbee and go. That's kind of what I thought too. Yeah, Katie Brace, I left your comment up on purpose because, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to be the picture of fitness, but he had a little bit of an arm on him. I mean,
and you've got the momentum of driving in a car.
Mm-hmm.
You're not on a highway, so it's not like you're throwing a piece of paper flies out of your window and it goes flying backwards. No, you're just turning and then whoosh, straight line under 80 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. I just don't think the phone, like, that's why I started to think. It just was like, I don't think the phone may not have been thrown, because I was thinking at first it was like to further recreate,
Was the phone on the right or the left side of the road? He's driving down the right side of the road. Was the phone found on the right side or the left side of the phone?
It would be it would be on the left side. So like he pulls out a window. Yeah, the driver's side window. Boom. And that's where it is. It's across. It's not on the side. It lands on the other side of the yellow line.
Right.
Opposite of his car, on the other side of it. He's on one side of the yellow line on the right, driving away, and chucks it out the left window. And it goes into the left side of Moselle, like right off the road.
Absolutely correct. You could. You K-braised, you're right. But he could be driving down the middle of the road and just chuck it, right?
Yep.
It was half to the 3/4 mile. Okay. Thank you.
It's even before you get to, what is it, Godly Farms Road?
Yes.
That, if you look at the map, it was thrown out before you even hit the Godly Farms intersection.
Are they back in court? Is that what you're telling me? Is court back in session? Because I
right now it says I've got Law and Crime on the TV, and it's a commercial. So
okay,
I don't.
Wouldn't her phone have an orientation at the time of throwing? Not necessarily if it's off,
or if it's locked at that point.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I meant. if it's yes.
And then I looked, because when they found it, it's kind of like, isn't it like in a little patch of like the leaves too? Aren't there like the brown? It's not like,
Mm-hmm.
I just think it could have, don't, don't get me wrong, it would have like, boom, like a slight thud when it landed, but it's not landing on anything. It's not landing on like a table or something. I don't know. I just feel like I don't have every explanation. I'm just trying to think. I'm just trying to make logical sense out of the kind of activity, quote unquote
Hi,
activity,
Allie.
her phone, her Maggie's phone showed after we are after we've been told, that they assumed that Paul and Maggie were deceased at this time. These little movements, this activity on her phone is more like backlight, orientation, just stuff like that. And I really just think that's all it is. It's just it's on him. He takes a few steps, and her 38 steps at the house when she first arrived between 8:17, or well, we're assuming that's when she arrives at 8:17 to 8:18. It says that she takes, I believe, 38 steps.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, all the other times when that phone is around the house, her steps, as well as I believe some of Alex, are only averaging 59, 58, 60 steps. So like that 38, I just was like, okay, it kind of is falling in line. Look, they're all there. It's not many steps. I just don't. I don't know. I don't think I think the phone, I used to think it was like part of, like I said, throwing off law enforcement, make it look like someone took her phone and threw it. Why throw hers and not Paul's? What about if it's not that at all? What about if he just didn't know, he realized that phone was on the golf cart after all was said and done, and he had to get rid of it? That was it. He couldn't get, and the same thing about not being able to drive back down there. Like I think K-Bray said it too. You can't do it quick enough on the golf cart to go like right out to the main road, chuck the phone, and then take the golf cart back to the house to get his car. The same reason he couldn't, that same kind of way of thinking applies to why he couldn't turn around on the golf cart and take the phone back down, because it's not fast enough. He can't do it. He's got it. He knows
Right.
he's got to go. So he just gets rid of it on his way out. And I think had that phone not been on her, or had not potentially, say the phone hadn't been left on the golf cart and it had been on her, now I'm thinking he would have left her phone there too. He would have
Here's
left.
the thing. Adjusted Fate said, I'm pretty sure, and you're the second person I know. Marshall Duff said something earlier too. About wasn't her car left down at the kennels? Wasn't it running?
I think they said that. I think they said that in the HBO documentary, and because someone was like, "Yeah, she came straight there and went down to the kennels." I don't think that's right. Well, they haven't showed the GPS data or anything.
And according to Alec, they had dinner. Mm-hmm. So.
And I never saw.
That's a good question. That's what. That's actually. I'm gonna.
Well, but her car wasn't down there when cops arrived. Maggie's car wasn't down.
We don't have the GPS for her car or anything.
Yeah, so we don't have it. But her car wasn't down there when law enforcement arrived. So I'm assuming, because that's why he's never been able to address how they got down there, because there wasn't a car down there.
Right.
Until he got there with the Suburban.
He had the golf cart. How did they get down there, though? That is running through my head. How did Paul and Maggie get down there? Maybe they did take Maggie's Mercedes. I'm running through this in my head because I have to, because it's been brought up. Like, maybe they did take Maggie's Mercedes down there. But then how?
See, I have them all going down on the golf cart. That's why he can't explain it. He can't give how they got down there, because how they got down there is the same way how he got down there. They got on the golf cart. That's why he never brought it. He avoided the golf cart stuff. He lied about it, about even being down there. He couldn't bring that up. It certainly couldn't tell him that they took the golf cart down, because then how the hell did the golf cart get back up to the house? And they're left down there. Did the killers take the golf cart back up and then?
They had to when they grabbed the guns from inside the house. The cartel's known for that. They often borrow other people's stuff.
And then I thought about, remember his reaction on the stand when Waters showed him the picture of how the golf car was parked? And he even asked, he's like, well, wait, when was this taken? And I don't know, I can't remember what that answer was, but he did admit that that golf cart wasn't typically where they park it. No shit, because you were in a hurry and you just ran up, put it in park, jumped out, and did your thing. You didn't park it back exactly where it is, where y'all normally did, because you were in a hurry. And you knew just at that part, from that point forward, when you got off that golf cart, you knew to make the golf cart a non-issue. Don't bring it up. They didn't get, I have no idea how they got down there. But there are no other cars down. Yeah.
That's a good question, though. I mean, I think it's worth running through, and he has to create an opportunity to sneak attack Paul. Sorry, that's not funny. I didn't mean to laugh. It's the Paul.
I think the opportunity
every time.
I think the opportunity was when Paul went in the feed room to get whatever he was getting out of the feed room, and then boom, there's your opportunity.
I'm also going to say this: the witness that they talked about, the guy that the defense brought up yesterday. I tried really, really hard to get behind him in some of his theories. But Dr. Ellen came back today, and her feistiness and the way that I'm not going to lie. First of all, Poot is on one today. The Poot is on one today. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he didn't have enough sugar in his coffee. I don't know, but he is on one today, and he's feisty. And twice as feisty is Dr. Ellen, and she ain't having it again. And she didn't have it the first time, and she's certainly not going to have his silliness now. And I stand by her. I think she's the one who did the autopsies. This other guy did not do the autopsies. He merely reviewed them and then gave a theory on it.
I do agree with that, actually, Adjusted Fate. Yeah, the defense has earned their money. I mean, they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. And hopefully, you got a big thing yesterday. You got it granted. The jury's going to Moselle. So ride that high a little bit longer and quit acting like a...
Well, and Adjusted Fate, you're right. This is his grand finale. He's trying to make sure that he is known, that there's stories out there that, remember us. Don't remember them. Remember us, which is why he was so pissed this morning that Dr. Ellen got to come back. He was like, no, we put all that to bed. There's no reason for her to come back and talk. You know why? Because that's what the last thing they're going to remember is. Nope. You didn't get your way there either, buddy. You want to know why Jen Lou is special and gets an at and not? Well, me too.
Well, because fine, we'll make a exclamation point, crazy mama, and it'd be like, pay attention to me, bitch.
Because she's the queen, yeah. Trial queen.
The other thing I wanted to say too, that now this is another squirrel moment, but hearing Crosby again today, like watching his, just for a moment, watch his testimony. That to me was legit emotion in someone that is not up there. It's not like a practice speech that he's giving, like that anger and stuff where he's like, I know what you're implying, Harpootlian, and that's not, if you're saying I'm up here just because I'm angry, you can F right off, because I take that oath very seriously. I'm up here to reiterate exactly what the hell I said before. And that to me was more genuine and real than that practice. And I mean, the defense needed the defense needed Alec to come across the way he did. They needed John Marvin, and you could tell there was something more rehearsed to me about that. Not that there isn't genuine emotion expressed on their parts at times. Do not get me wrong. I'm not saying that, but it was they knew what was at play. They knew what questions were coming in terms of the defense, and were prepared to answer what the state would likely, put on them during cross. They were ready for it. Crosby today, seeing him, he's ready for it, but it's not like he sat there and rehearsed that crap. To me, that was more real than Alec and something about it, especially John Marvin. Don't get me wrong. I think John Marvin, that well done defense. You knew what you were doing, how to sell this story, and the impression that you have got to give to the jury. They're doing exactly what they need to do.
Adjusted Fate said, I want to be clear, I'm not defending Murdaugh. Neither are we. But you're defending a fair system, which I support as well. I do support. The thing that bothers me about our fair system is the jury doesn't get all the information that we get, and they're about to vote on some things that they don't have knowledge of, and that bugs the crap out of me. But this statement here is everything. And I agree, 1,000%. Prosecution has made a lot of mistakes, has not proven beyond a reasonable doubt. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Prosecution needs 12, defense only needs 1. MK is going live later to support the 3 subs. Well, good luck, buddy.
MK.
Oh,
I mean, let's put it this way. I even told Tia this morning, I've wrapped my head around the fact that I think it's either going to be they find him not guilty or it's a hung jury. Like I've accepted that.
Yeah.
But I do not believe I believe Alec. I don't care if you want to say I believe he knew he's involved. End of story. I will always believe that. Based on my research, his history, even his own words. He knew what to lie about. He knew the time frame that he needed to lie about. Only the killer would know that they need to lie about that time frame because they know that's when it happened. That's why he lied.
Disagree, MK. I think you should do it. I think you should go live. Allie, we did a little salute to you in the beginning of the live. You have to go back and listen to it. We were so happy for you hitting 12,000. Congratulations from all of us and all of our mods that are all of your mods. That's the way it is. But we wanted to wish you the absolute best. I hope you're having a great day. Kate twerked during the intro and boom, instant million views. Yeah. Well, I mean, I have to say that even when MK is not here, the ladies are like, where's MK? Where's MK? Yeah, everybody go sub MK up. There you go. Yeah.
I kind of feel like MK, Crazy Mama, and Nadie are like triplets. Like they all like
so damn. I love them together. I absolutely. First of all, MK is amazing to our channel. Like, what an awesome addition to our channel. Like, his comments are on point. He's got knowledge, and he's funny. You are so welcome here, and you just fit right in with our girls. So I just love it. You are the same. It's true, Nate. It's true. Off topic. The other night I mentioned Jackpot. Yes. Watch Kate Does Crime on YouTube. She breaks the story down.
Yeah.
Watched her last night. Okay, everyone go watch Kate's live from last night. It was so good. It was really good. And then watch her live. And then after you're done with her live, there was a live that Eric Allen did as well. That was really good. But Kate comes first. Like, watch hers first. Watch the live from last night. And you're right, Philly Girl. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Not only is she important and a good friend of ours, but that was such a good live. We are delightful and shit. Yeah, yes. And the island, the lookout, all the things. Buller. Yes, it was she did a good job. She always does a good job with her research. So you guys make sure that you watch that one.
I was so sad because time got away from me last night. Like, and I'm like, oh God, Kate's live. And I literally hit it right, like right when it ends and like the countdown, like in the bottom right corner, like resets, like does all the big numbers and then resets. It was doing that literally right as I clicked on. Like I clicked on right as she signed off. And I was like, sack of sugar. There you go, Crazy
That's
Mama.
not what you said. Sack of sugar.
Well, apparently,
You said son of a biscuit. Well, she did it twice because she went into Melissa Jade's and she's on the phone and she's like, "Hey, Melissa Jade's live," and I was like, "Okay, cool." And she goes, "Never mind." And I was like, "Well, that was a quick live." she's like, "No, she's finished." All right, well, replay crew. You guys, we're gonna end this so you can go finish your day, enjoy the trial, see what's up.
We'll do a community post, and maybe if Tia and y'all, if y'all don't mind, like if I could just write, or you write it out, or we both write it out, like literally, we'll just put it what we explained about the phone within a community post. So hopefully that will help.
I'm sorry, crazy mama. Kate is very informative, well vetted, and she does have cool lizards. I agree. Hey, Adjusted Fate, thanks for being here. Truly, I do mean that. And thanks for the questions. K-Braze, thanks for, this is what I this is what I live for, is when you guys participate and you ask questions and you say, wait a minute, no, that doesn't fit. Like, then we got to go back. We got to look at things again. And I love doing that live with you. So thank you for questioning us. And thank you for holding us accountable. I really appreciate that. And go watch the trial. And then tonight, let's see, is Jen Lu on with?
I think Jen Lu and Truth Teller are on Truth Tellers at 9, and I think they're going
Eastern
over
Standard.
Yes, 9 Eastern Standard, going over the behavioral panels breakdown of Alec on the stand. And the last time they did this, we were supposed to watch it fresh. So I wanted it to be noted, I have not even clicked on the behavioral panels video from today, breaking down their thoughts of Alex on the stand. So I'm waiting till tonight to watch it for the first time with Jen Lu and Truth Teller as they go through it.
Adjusted Fate, I have the same problem. I play devil's advocate all the time with LFT. You say, well, hold on, let's run through it this way. So you bring a third aspect to it, which I really, really love. And thank you. And just so you guys know, Crazy Mama's the one that was like, I guess I'm going to say the one that terrified me into going live, because she was always like, make sure your information's vetted, not twice, 3 times. And she would ask us questions just like that. And so I blame her. It's all her fault.
If y'all think of anything, please know you can always email or message one of us. I mean,
yeah,
by all means.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, what MK said, everyone have a great rest of your day, and thanks for being here and liking the stream. Appreciate you guys. And 9 p.m. tonight, Truth Teller, Jen Lu. Oh my God, those two are so great together. I love them. Have a great day, and we will catch up with you next time.
Thank you all so much.